So what will you do? Run? Hide? Or will the beast kill you too? Oh, well, that's kind of terrifying.
Lives in a monochrome world, working from the side through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. Within sorrow's tender embrace, this was never meant to happen. The day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on. Cinderella, why don't you stay with me tonight? We will dance until midnight comes and we could run away. Oh, we will never ever be apart. Set aside all your fears, this magic lives inside your heart. I am here, would you wanna stay with me tonight? Follow me, we will run across the bridge of fantasy. Oh, all the pain and sadness that you feel, believe in me, hold me close, don't ever let me go. Come and stay with me forever. Magic lives so long as I am here.
What's up, guys? The name's Princess Angielle, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So, last where you left off, Alcaster's a bitch. End the story. Well, the gist of the story is that Alcaster had threatened the family to give him the throne, and if they didn't, and if the king didn't give up the throne, then he would kill Ophelia, Rod, and Emmeline. So what happened was the king had no choice but to lie and give the throne to Alcaster. So right now, Ophelia and Fritz are in jail at the castle. So what we planned was we were gonna go raid the castle and rescue Ophelia. The dad probably is locked up too, and Fritz. And Lucette or Rain is like, I'm coming too, and everybody's like, no, princess, it's too dangerous. We're like, we can do it. We've been training with Karma, and we're still training. So looks like we're gonna go rescue our dad, Fritz, my baby Fritz, and Ophelia, our stepmom. So let's continue. Today I will land another hit on you, Karma. If you can, darling, I welcome the challenge. Princess, your side is open. I bring my sword up closer to my side as Garland strikes me. Tonight is the first night I get to use a real sword as opposed to a practice sword. Excuse me. The sounds of metal clashing echoes into the night. Is this what a real battle feels like? We have been practicing under skirmish conditions for the last few days. Since tomorrow is the day we enact our plan, we are doing some last-minute practice. Remember, fighting back-to-back is better than doing it alone. Claude dodges Urian's sword as he speaks, but I notice that he seems to be taking special care not to look in my direction. He's been fine for the last few days, but I am not sure when his plan will return. When his pain will return. If only he would tell me what was wrong with him. Oh yeah, Karma has a pain in his chest and he doesn't want to talk about it. In which, probably if he falls for Lucette or Rain, something is happening to his heart. I really don't know, honestly. When Claude finally calls the end of practice, we are all exhausted. Good job, everyone. You'll all be fine tomorrow. Garland turns to face me, a soft expression on his face. And if it comes down to it, Jurian and I will protect you. Garland looks over his shoulder at Claude. Both of you, that's our job as knights. I'm quite capable of protecting myself, but I do appreciate the offer. It's late. We should all get some rest. The two knights excuse themselves, leaving me with Claude. Claude! Rena, you should go to bed. Princess? I have a feeling I won't sleep much tonight anyway. Be that as it may, you should still try. I'm about to retire for the night as well. Choices. I need to save again. I want to talk to you. At this point, I keep messing up all the choices, so I really don't know. Excuse me. Well, practice. I think we practiced enough, so I think we should just say talk to him or something. Yeah, I want to talk to you, Carbo. What's up with you? About what? Claude takes a step back, and I stare at his hand absently moves to his chest. Are you really okay, Claude? I've been perfectly fine this past week. He's lying. He is obviously in pain. Why do you have to keep your pain a secret? Why won't you talk to me? Oh, look at that. I got a point. I got something right. Nice, right? I've told you before that some things are better kept a secret, Princess. Claude sighs out, then leans forward to set a hand on my head. Rena, promise you'll stay behind me if we're attacked. And if at any point it looks like we may not make it, you're to run as fast as you can back to the margin. But that is cowardly. Rena, don't you remember what I said before? Sometimes running is the right thing to do. Never run into an impossible situation. Instead, live to fight another day. Promise you'll stay behind me. Please, Rena, give me the peace of mind. Shit! Save again. I mean, to put his heart at ease, I would say I promise, I guess. At this point, I don't know. But it's good to, promise people that you'll be safe and stuff. Because he's right. The right thing to do usually is to run away. Because if you happen to keep going in a possible situation, things will get Things will get complicated. If it will make him feel better before going into this mission, I cannot deny his request. Claude's expression softens as he moves away from me. I'll stay behind you. Hey, look at that, a point. Thank you, Princess. Let's attempt sleep in preparation for tomorrow. When this is all over, I'll pry Claude's secrets out of him. Not sure if that's a good idea. You know? Oh, well. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, there's 10 chapters. We're almost done. We're almost done with Cinderella Phenomenon. We only have this chapter, chapter 9, and one chapter left. Hopefully we get the good ending, and Fritz is safe, and everybody is safe, and we get, we do good deeds and stuff, and we get to be princess again, I guess. Tonight is the night, and everyone is just about ready to go. I can't get this feeling of foreboding off of my chest. Everyone is gathered close to the door, ready to see us off. Everyone except Princess! Oh. Hi, Rumple! Rumple suddenly appears, and he's coming up to stand right next to him. What are you two doing here? Well, of course we came to wish you good luck, just like everyone else here. We'll be waiting for you tonight so that we can celebrate everyone's return. Be careful. Emmeline, who has been everywhere with her brother, wow! I can't even, wow. Since they came here, is standing right beside him now with a smile. I will pray for your safe return. Her smile wavers, and I can tell she is uncertain. She has the great knights of Caldera, 2 witches, and a prince. She'll be fine. Rod's responses are curt as usual, but I cannot help but notice the hesitance in his voice. Even though he stares at me without expression, I think I can see a tinge of worry in his eyes. Rest assured that we will keep the princess safe. We're not going to let Alcaster get away with what he did to Angielle and his royal family. Parfait steps forward last. She and Dolores glance at each other, and I feel as if some secret message bounces between the two of them. Delora nods ever so slightly before Parfait turns to the rest of us. Her eyes eventually fall on me. You've changed since you've been here, Princess, but your dedication and resolve never wavers. It has always been there, just beneath the surface. Stubbornness or resolve? It is as if Parfait is able to read my thoughts. She smiles as she sets a hand on my shoulder. Your dedication is very much like King Gennaro's. You are proud and honorable, and always take steps in the right direction. That is why I know you'll be back tonight. Just as Rumpel said, we'll all be waiting for you. All of you. Stay safe tonight. I nod my head as everyone gathered around begins to repeat their hearty goodbyes. It is Delora who walks away first. We all follow behind. The night has just begun. Oh, we're about to go sneak into the castle, guys. God, pray. Our way to the palace gates is uneventful, but we pause some distance away from them to take shelter in a nearby alley. There are knights everywhere. Waltz points to what looks like a regular section of the wall. There's the hidden door to the tunnels. If you time it right between the knights' patrols, we should be able to make it. On my signal. Claude puts a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. It is an abrupt gesture and doesn't last long, but the motion calms my nerves somewhat. We will be fine. Our footsteps echo in the tunnel. Standing in front of me are Jurian and Garland, who are flanking Waltz. Dolores stands beside me, and Claude is at my back. This small tunnel makes it seem like we brought a lot of people. This way. We silently follow Waltz's instructions. How is it that Waltz knows about these tunnels? I've already taken into account the guards and where they might be positioned based on Prince Rod's information. We should be alright. Garland and I will act as distractions if needed. Princess, leave most of the fighting to us, if there's any to be done. I know. I will only fight if I need to. If only I wasn't cursed, I would be able to fight to my full extent. I think you're still quite capable without all of your magic, puppeteer. Oh, a compliment? It's an honor. I realize that these two never really get along, but they're friends, but they never really get along. So to see them getting along now is pretty cool. I like it. I like their friendship. Miss Karma. I'm only in this dress because of Jurian, you know. Jurian crosses her arms and cocks an eyebrow at Claude. I wouldn't fall in love with you, no matter what you say. That's what they all say. We're here. Suddenly, everyone goes quiet. I feel a lot heavier as I stare at the staircase in front of me. This should lead to the throne room. I did not know we had a secret passage in the throne room. How much does Waltz know about the palace? Immediately after we step into the throne room, we split apart to avoid the guards' gazes. I stay close to Claude and Waltz as Delora conjures a blanket of shimmering fog that envelops the guards. Yay, Delora! I watch as the guards' eyes close before they slump to the ground. Delora drops her hands once all the guards are truly asleep. Amazing how intolerant humans are to magic. Let's keep going. I still love Delora. Getting through the palace is no easy feat. Hallways that were easy to get through before are difficult to traverse now with all of the soldiers standing around. Delora casts a spell to silence our footsteps into quiet muffles, but moving is still difficult, especially with such a group. Eventually, we arrive just outside the tunnels that should lead to the castle's prison. I'll stand watch. Be careful, Waltz. I will. We enter another network of tunnels. Jurian, Garland, after you. Jurian glances at me briefly, and then at Claude, who nods, a little stiffly, I know that something is gonna go wrong. If you know these type of games where you're like, everything is hunky-dory, fine. No, something will go wrong. I am sure of it. We'll be right back. In accordance with the plan, Claude and I are left at the hallway point of the tunnels to ensure a clean escape as Delora, Jurian, and Garland continue on to the prison. They should be fine, but I am still worried. My eyes wander to Claude, and I bite down on my lower lip when I notice that his hand is once again raised to his chest. I find myself reaching out to grab Claude's hand, but he swiftly pulls it away. The glare on his face takes me by surprise. Why is he so angry? Claude puts a hand to his chest and flinches as he leans on the wall. Claude, no! Not now. His voice sounds pained. What is he talking about? Claude? I just need some space, Princess. But I am fine. You're not fine. Oh my god, let me. I want to help you, but you're not letting me. Why are you like this? No, I'm sorry. I'm being a little too bratty right now. But I really do want to help Claude. I just wish he would open up to me just a little bit more. I cannot help but feel irritated at the way Claude has snapped at me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be this way. He trails off, his eyes distant. Because of your curse. Right. Most of the time he is sociable and a pleasure to talk to, but then he reverts to this state. It is like he is two different people. I cannot understand why he is like this. Why do I care so much for someone who keeps secrets? Rena, I wish I could explain, but if I did, you would hate me. No, I wouldn't! I love you! More accurately, you would be afraid of me. Why would I be afraid of you? I could never be afraid of you. First of all, we're saving. I would say I could never be afraid of you. I can never be afraid of karma, okay? What is there to be afraid of? Claude wears a pained expression as he looks at me. I see him once again grabbing at the collar of his dress, looking like he's in some kind of quiet agony. That's what she said, too. Is he talking about that one woman from before? The one who didn't love him? He thinks I'm the same? I am not like her. Yeah, that's right. I'm nothing like her. Hey! Rena. Excuse me. Claude's voice trails off at the sound of running. His hand moves quickly to the hilt of his sword, just as I reach for mine. We only relax when we see that it is Jurian, Garland, and Delora heading towards us. Why are they alone? Where are the king and queen? They weren't in the prison. Yeah, I told you something was gonna go wrong! I have no idea where else they could be. Delora steps out from between the two of them, her expression somber. This doesn't bode well for us at all. We can't keep sneaking without a direction. That's a sure way to get caught. Really? The words have just left her mouth when the alarm sounds behind us. Are you fucking serious? I told you something was gonna go wrong. Don't tell me. It's the alarm. Everyone drops their weapons as Waltz appears, running toward us with a harried expression on his face. The knights are on their way. How did they know we were here? In seconds, I hear the clanking of metal, and then there are knights upon us. We are forced to scatter to deal with different opponents. A guard rushes at me with his sword, and I somehow manage to block his attack. I should be able to wind around him. The knight falls after I catch him from behind and give Claude an opening to attack him. Rena, stay behind me. I promised I would, remember? Let's keep it that way. A smile flashes across his face, and for a few moments he seems more like the Claude that I know. A knight manages to separate Claude and I, leaving me by myself. He grabs my arm. Unhand me! Oh, did I use magic? Holy shit, yes! Yes! Used magic! Woo! I watch in shock as a shimmering fog surrounds my attacker, his eyes closing as he slumps to the ground. Unless, if it's me or Delora, I don't know which one. He is only the first to fall. Seconds later, most of the knights in my immediate vicinity have fallen to the ground. I can tell by the subtle rise and fall of their chests that they are asleep. Sorry, I couldn't focus long enough to cast that spell earlier. Okay, it's Delora. I thought it was us. Delora drops her hands and turns to address Waltz, Claude, and I. Head toward the entrance hall. The king must be in one of the central rooms. Jurian, Garland, and I will head to the bedchambers in the east wing to look for the queen. Splitting up is not part of the plan. We don't have much of a choice anymore if we're going to get the king and queen out of here. We have to improvise. Now go! Claude grabs my hand and jerks his head at Waltz. Let's go. The three of us rush out and into one of the palace hallways. I keep my gaze forward while Waltz and Claude watch for enemies on either side of us. On our right! Claude grabs his sword and moves before Waltz and I can respond. He dives low toward a soldier, his sword poised straight for a devastating blow. Knights begin to approach us from the left and I raise my sword, readying myself. Oh! Waltz snaps his fingers, a flash of light blinding the men in the immediate vicinity, and I use the opportunity to rush the knights in front of me. Hey! I grin my teeth as I attack. Most of my blows are lucky. There are too many knights for me to be able to get the upper hand. There are so many of them! Well, well, if it isn't the most desirable princess. Who? Who the fuck is that? I whip around to attack the man that spoke to me, but he is nowhere to be found. Who the fuck are you? I forgot to read the other line. Really, that's basically what I'm saying. Who are you? I wonder. Rhea! I turn and see Claude running toward me, a panicked expression in his eyes. I take a step toward him when a masked man suddenly blocks my path. Oh, who the fuck are you? Yeah, I would like to know who the fuck you are. Who are you? I raise my sword, but the masked man taps his cane on the floor before I can swing. What? An incredible pressure blasts out from the cane. It shoves Claude to the floor and blows me backward. I hit the wall hard and my vision darkens. Oh, no! No, I know things would go wrong. I didn't know like that. Claude. Where am I? Why can't I see anything? My head hurts. Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty. Hello, excuse me, I am Cinderella. Thank you. I'm sorry. I had to take that opportunity. I jerk upright at the familiar voice. You're the man who knocked me out! The man laughs and I blink as I try to pinpoint the direction of his voice. Did he blindfold me? That little shit. I command you to take off this blindfold! I don't take orders from princesses that no one remembers. But I am a gentleman, so I suppose I shall have to heed a lady's request. The blindfold is abruptly pulled off and I flinch at the sudden brightness. The fuck you want? Why, hello there, princess. My captor looks at me, amused. He wears a crooked grin on his masked face and a cape on his shoulders. I want to know who the fuck you are. Why the fuck are you hot? That's literally my first intention, really. Anytime I see a villain that's hot, I'm like, who are you and why the fuck are you hot? That happens a lot. Please excuse me. As I am trash for the trash shark. Ugh. Who is he? My eyes wander to the throne, and I cannot help but gasp at what I see. The king! The king is strapped to the throne, hands bound, mouth covered. Your Majesty! The king pauses to look at me, his eyes containing a mixture of alarm and confusion. I turn to glare at the masked man. Let him go! No can do, princess. Though, don't you think he still looks regal sitting on his throne like that? I grit my teeth as I begin to struggle against my bonds. Struggle all you like. You won't get out of those knots anytime soon. Who are you? The masked man drops into an elegant bow. I am called Varg. Okay, that's a weird name. Varg. Varg? What have you done to my father? Me? Nothing. Well, nothing much. I guess gagging a person and tying their hands behind their back counts as something. Are you working for Sir Alcaster? I don't work for anyone. So he's a mercenary? The door flies open and Alcaster steps in, his face full of anger. Fuck you! Mythros, you the fool! How absolutely useless he was! Now fuck you, I don't care. Varg gives a dismissive shrug. He regards me again with his mischievous smile. Well, I do agree with that wholeheartedly. That man is in the past. Here, in the present, we have someone far more interesting to deal with. Varg gestures at me. I glare at Varg before turning my gaze to Alcaster. I used to think Alcaster was someone to be respected. Don't worry, I did too. Not anymore. If it isn't the princess herself. How the fuck do you know I'm a princess? Like, what the fuck, man? You remember who I am? Once Mythros made the connection, it was just too obvious to be false. Could Sir Mythros remember me? Alcaster shifts his attention to the king. Gennaro, do you not remember this girl as your own blood daughter? My eyes meet the king's, but I see no recognition in his gaze. He cannot remember me. I haven't managed to break my curse yet. Why are you doing this to my father? To the kingdom! Everything I do for the kingdom. All successful rulers have run with an iron fist. Fear is the best motivation. No, it's not. It is not. A king that is too lenient and does not inspire fear has no business being on the throne. But the people of Angielle love their king. Before I had thought that the town people were despicable because they hated me. Now I understand those reasons. They may have judged me as mother's daughter, which is wrong, but that does not mean they should be subject to a regime fear. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Your obligation as a ruler is to rule for the country, not the people. Back when the queen was still alive and this place knew the fear of witches, they were far more productive. Fear motivates. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think I read that right. Fear motivates. Fear makes a man. King Alcaster! Better have a good excuse for interrupting. Your Highness, there's a beast! Beast? What? Beast? What are you blathering about, you fool? A beast! A magical beast is rampaging around the palace! Is this the dead witch's doing? Dead. Witch? No. Dolores fine. She has to be. If Dolores is dead, I swear to fucking God. Oh! Out with it. Did Mythros do this? What? I cannot stop myself from blurting out the question. Sir Mythros is a witch? That's why he remembers me. He was a witch, but now he is dead. No! Mythros! He turns to his knight and demands more information. I am too shocked to hear their words. Sir Mythros, a witch? Impossible. What of the other palace intruders? We've managed to apprehend some of them, but we can't get to everyone with that beast taking us out. That damned Mythros. Still a pain even after death. What did you do to Sir Mythros? Did you not hear me, girl? He's dead. Killed by my hand. I got no words for you right now. But why? He was helpful at first. We worked together to achieve our own personal goals. He eyes me cautiously. He wanted you, princess. If Sir Mythros was a witch, that would explain why he still remembered me. Oh, true. Why did he want me? Who knows? It doesn't matter anymore. I gave him my knights to assist him in his search when the witches could not. But in the end, that fool was too power-hungry. Wait, is Mythros that servant guy? I forgot who Mythros was. Wow, I'm so dumb. I think Mythros was the servant guy. No wonder if it is the servant guy, no wonder he was so obsessed with our mother. He was a witch too, and he liked her. And he liked us too. He wanted us to be the next Tenebrae bearer. That makes a whole lot of sense. Everything is being pieced together right now, and I'm suddenly remembering shit. Nice. You never entered into my plans. My voice is breaking. What is this? You would have been safe, Princess, had you just stayed put. But now that you're here, you'll come in handy. Alcaster turns back to the knight, who immediately bursts into explanation once more. The beast is moving quickly. We don't know how much longer we can keep it from this room. There's a beast in the palace, and it's Sir Mythros' doing? I am so confused. And what about the others? Are they okay? Let me go, Alcaster! We're not going anywhere. It sounds like some of your friends are very persistent. They'll be coming for you, and when they get here, I will kill them. You, Princess, are going to make excellent bait. Fuck you! Fuck you! You know, I like this turn of events. Kind of amusing. You shut up! I like you! You, tell me what all of this is. Varg looks unmoved by Alcaster's anger. It is Mythros that summoned this beast, is it not? Then you must know what is happening. You're asking me, of all people? As if I would be able to answer any of your questions. You. Whoa! Whoa! That was huge. But anyway, at least they're not getting along, so I can hate you too, like, in different situations. Varg! It doesn't matter how many times you say my name, Alcaster. I won't have any answers for you. Sir Alcaster turns to me. Oh dear. His eyes manic. Whether this is Mythros' magic or magic belonging to one of your friends, I'm not going to let it live. Could the Lord create a beast out of thin air? Sir Alcaster draws a sword from his sheath and curses under his breath. I squirm, desperate to find some kind of break in my restraints. Varg surprises me, however, by reaching down and cutting the ropes binding my arms with the sword that I recognize. You have my sword! I stand up as quickly as I can and grab the sword from him. That was too easy. I eye Varg warily as his mouth twists into a smirk. Are you trying to help me? I thought you were doing this. Okay, I am confused, but I still hate you, even if you are hot. What are you doing? Why are you helping me? Help? All I did was cut some ropes. Besides, I'm curious to see what you'll do with that toothpick of a sword. Fuck you! He talks like he doesn't care at all what happens. Don't think about it too much, Princess. It's probably a little too much for your small head. Man, just go away. I don't want to see your face. I swing my sword toward him and Varg catches it with his cane. You really think that I'm one you should be fighting? The door creaks and falls off its hinges. The knights stumble back, and I hear screaming as loud footsteps sounds against the hall's tiles. So what will you do? Run? Hide? Or will the beast kill you too? Oh, well, that's kind of terrifying. My eyes focus on the large figure entering the room. Though I cannot make out specifics at first, the form grows more distinct the further it moves into the room. Whatever this is, I cannot fight it. There is a moment of eerie silence, and then Alcaster yells and the knights rush forward, attacking the beast as a collective. The beast throws them off with surprising nimbleness, his rage in every swipe. I dodge away just before a man's body falls on top of me. Okay, that's great! Over here, beast! Sir Alcaster rushes at the beast. I finally manage to get a clear line of sight to the king, who is still bound and helpless on the throne. The king. I have to get him out of here. I run toward the throne, but someone stops me dead in my tracks. The fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of my way, you little shit. Oh my god. Saving the king really shouldn't be your priority right now. Fuck you! I grit my teeth and swing my sword at Varg. but he easily darts away from me. I would be watching my back. Oh, well. It is then that I notice the beast slowly making its way toward me. Why would it be after me? Either I stay here and fend it off, or... Alcaster catches the beast with a broad swipe of his sword, and the two are focused once more on each other. I glance urgently at the king, then at the doors. The beast moves again, and I realize that it is once more heading toward me. There's no way I can help the king in all of this mess. I need help. I have to find the others. Hopefully Alcaster would keep this beast busy long enough for me to get them. I turn them both through the room, weaving my way through the chaos of knights as I head toward the door. I glance over my shoulder one last time at the king. His eyes are trained on the battle before him. His hand grips the arms of his throne, but there is nothing I can do. I am so sorry. I'll be back. But for now, I have to find the others. I dart past the carnage in the room, stepping over and around bodies as they appear. Halfway to the door, the beast lunges past our Alcaster, and for a few moments, I think he might be attacking me. Stay back! I hold my sword out in front of me and stand in a defensive position, like Claude taught me, but the beast never reaches me. You've ruined everything, beast! Alcaster is suddenly in front of me, waving his sword at the beast. I stumble back toward the doors, my heart beating loudly in my chest. I have to get out of here. Please tell me we got it. Oh, well! Chapter 10, The Beauty and the Beast. Well, we're on the final chapter, guys. I feel so evil actually stopping here, actually. I think I'll finish it up since it's the last chapter. This might go for an hour or so, but it'll be totally worth it because I don't want to stop right now. We're just half hour in anyway. I've got time. I won't stop here. So, making an extra log for you guys. So, grab something to eat because we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish Karma's route right now. Hopefully break our curse. But this is the final chapter, guys. Chapter 10. Hopefully I get the good ending. Pray for me! Where did that beast come from? Knights immediately rush toward me. I back away as far as I can without re-entering the throne room. Princess, come quietly. I will keep you somewhere safe until all this dies down. I cannot take them all on at once. Even knowing that, I still pull out my sword. I take a few steps back and then suddenly feel my back pressed up against something. Fuck! The beast stands behind me, and it's back to me. I stand in its shadow, and I realize that if it turned around, it could swat me to the walls, just like the rest of its victims. Wait a minute. I just realized something. Chapter 10 said Beauty and the Beast, right? Wait, what if the beast is Karma? Maybe that would explain why he would say we're gonna be afraid of him. He probably has a Beauty and the Beast curse. That would explain a lot. But I'm just taking a guess that Karma's a beast, the beast that's after us. But please tell me I'm wrong. Actually, please. I want to be right, but then I want to be wrong because, well, I don't know. I just feel like that. Okay, but it's just standing there. Together. The beast says nothing more. Though I still feel on edge, there's something oddly familiar about this. I swear to God, if it's Claude. Karma. I keep saying Karma, actually. I just realized I called him Karma. Claude. Need to get that in my head. His name's Claude. Claude told me once it was better to fight back to back. I will trust you for now, whatever you are. I do not know if it understands me, but I can hope. It seems more like a human than any kind of animal. Princess, get away from the beast. It will... The knight never finishes his sentence as the beast sends him flying through the air. Bye, bitch! I'm sorry. Why is it helping me? The knights fall like dominoes to the beast, but manage to remain standing when I strike with when I strike them with my sword. Even just taking one down is so hard. These men have been trained for years, while I haven't even had the luxury of a year. Out of the corner of my eye, I sense movement. I see a gleam of silver and heard a grunt as the sword is raised into the air. The sword is nowhere near reaching me, but the beast! I aim a kick at the approaching knight before whirling around to look at the beast. The oncoming sword comes closer to the beast's exposed back, and I know the beast will not be able to dodge it in time. Move! I shove past the creature and catch the knight's sword with my own before it can harm the beast. My arms are shaking underneath the strength of the impact between our swords. I feel like my arms are going to give out. Oh god, that's bright. Then a flash of light appears, so bright that everyone is temporarily blinded. I stumble back, rubbing at my eyes. From the sounds of it, the beast is continuing to drive back the knights, most of them shouting to each other to retreat. What was that? When I am finally able to see again, my eyes automatically land on my feet. I stare in shock. Oh shit! Did we break our... Oh! Wait, did we break our curse or something? Glass slippers? I quickly reach up to my pendant and realize that it is no longer there. We broke our curse! That's awesome! I completed my 3 good deeds? Rena, it knows my name. I'm telling you, this beast is karma. Claude, fuck. I look around and realize that the beast and I are alone. The knights having fled. Did the beast drive off the rest of them? I feel a pressure at my back and realize that the beast is touching me. My first instinct is to run, but the words it utters next paralyze me. You okay? Every word sounds breathless and pain, like it takes too much to speak. It is worried about me? I watch in shock as the beast appears to gesture toward my shoes. You did it. I step back warily. What are you? The beast reaches out and I see something glittering in the palm of its hand. I knew it! I called it! I called it! The beast is karma. The beast is Claude. Okay. The rose locket. For a few moments, my heart plummets into my stomach and my hands begin to quiver. What did you do to Claude? The beast's shadowed figures curl over the locket even as he stares at me. I gave that locket to Claude. The beast only stares at me for a few moments longer, and then suddenly I realize that his words, nothing more than a pained growl, do not hold any malice. I gave that locket to... you? The beast slowly nods. My grasp on my sword loosens as I stare at him in shock, realization dawning upon me. Claude? Yes. So this is your secret? Why would you not tell me? I could have hurt you! Claude has another form, a cursed form, and he never told me. Why? As my mind whirls, I feel everything coming together like the pieces of a puzzle. That explains a lot. Secrets are secrets for a reason, Princess. You should know that. If I could speak on them, I would. But I can't. Rena, I wish I could explain. You would hate me. Or more accurately, you would be afraid of me. All of those times Claude was clutching at his chest. You were touching your tattoo so many times before, like you were in pain. The beast growls, and the sound is surprisingly soft, almost a sigh. Curse. Then the tattoo was a warning. The first time I saw that tattoo, it was a beautiful rose. The second time it had more thorns. When the rose became ensnared in thorns, did he transform? And he always touched his tattoo when he came too close to me. Claude, your curse did not just make others fall in love with you. It stopped you from loving anyone too, didn't it? He mentioned that woman before, the one who he thought loved him but didn't. Is it possible that she saw him in this form and was terrified of him? If you loved anyone, you would turn into a beast. You loved a woman once, but she only loved you because of your curse. The minute you transformed, she was scared of you. Wasn't she? Yes. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So he has the Beauty and the Beast curse. It makes a lot more sense because if most of you probably know Beauty and the Beast already, but since the Beast was a selfish prince who really didn't have any love because he was trained that way, this old woman comes along and she asks if she can stay to shelter from a storm. The prince, of course, is selfish and is like, be gone with you, old hag, or something. But it turns out she was an enchantress, and because she saw him as who he really was, she cast the curse on him to be a beast, and he couldn't until he falls in love or something, or unless he's kind. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to fall in love. Oh my god, my words are jumbled. Excuse me. Okay. So the whole story is, if the beast can't regain kindness by the last rose petal falling, then he remains a beast forever. But that's when the girl came along and taught him kindness and everything, and then he fell in love. And that's when they kissed. That was it. That was the way that he was supposed to break his curse. Kiss a girl or something. I think it was. Wow. I am like, well, okay, never mind. Moving on. He sounds so pained. The reason Claude has been trying to hide everything from me is because he's scared that I would have feared him. That is why beauty has always been so important to him. But the curse cast upon him makes him both beautiful and a beast. I wanted you to love me, but no one could love a beast. See? That's Beast's exact same words. I loved you, but no one could love a beast. I wanted you to love me. That's exactly Beast's words. That's. Oh my god! I want to hug Claude. His words are dwindling. It almost sounds like he's been suffocating on the inside with how slowly he's speaking. Claude, I have never cared much about appearances. People have worn masks on their faces their whole life around me. Claude, I take a deep breath and face him. I will love you, no matter what form you take. Oh my gosh, she's smiling! Protect the smile. Protect it! Protect the smile! I drop my sword to the ground and make my way over to him. I rest my cheek on his chest and wrap my arms around him. I love you. Oh my god, this is making me emotional! The room is filled with a bright but gentle light. It almost feels like I am bathing in sunlight. For a few moments, I forget my worries. Everything feels blissful and quiet, and my heart feels full. Then, moments later, I feel warm arms around my waist. Did we break his curse? I love you too, Reina. Did we break his curse? Did we? Please tell me we broke his curse! When I open my eyes, I still can't see anything, even though I know that the light has faded. That warmth is still there too, but now I feel it immediately on my skin, and I realize that it is because Claude is hugging me. Not as a beast, but as a man. Did I break his curse? Oh, the blush is back! I realize this is the first time Claude has ever touched me for a long period of time without abruptly moving away. Tentatively, I move my hands, feeling the fabric of his shirt and the warmth of him underneath it. Claude. Ah! But before I can finish my sentence, oh god! My lips are sealed. I feel Claude's lips on mine, only briefly, but it's enough to make me suddenly feel faint. Oh my god, he just kissed us, and my emotions. I'm stuttering. My emotions. I can't. He pulls away from me with a brilliant smile. I've always wanted to do that. Oh my god, he's blushing too, and I'm just the emotions, man. Does this mean I got the good ending? Rena, you're blushing. If I could, I would kiss you again. But we have some urgent things to attend to. The reality of the situation begins to seep back into me. My father, Vark, Alcaster, they are still in the throne room. The king! Let's go, Rena. When Claude and I rush into the throne room, My attention is immediately grabbed by the king calling my name. Rena! He's still bound to the throne, though. His gag is removed. A rush of relief floods through me. He is alive. He is alive and he remembers me. We broke our curse too! Yeah! My gaze is drawn to the two men battling at the base of the throne. Their swords are locked together in a stalemate. Alcaster and... Fritz! Ah! My baby! Fritz? What has happened here? This is not how you gain power. I knew you would be a thorn in my side from the moment I concocted this plan. Where's Varg? The only one here is me, and I will... Fritz's concentration slips as his eyes land on me. The opening is small, but it is enough as to give Alcaster the opportunity he needs. Watch out! Claude is already running over to help, but even he is too slow. Alcaster disarms Fritz before driving his sword through Fritz's chest. No! 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 Not oh my god! My emotions right now, you have no idea. I was happy, and now I'm sad. I love Fritz. Even though it's not Fritz's fault, I love Karma right now. Okay. Well, that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. Right there. No! Alcaster pulls the sword out of Fritz's chest, just fast enough to deflect Claude's attack. As Claude drives Alcaster away from the throne, I rush to where Fritz has collapsed to the ground. His eyes are already growing glassy. Fritz! I lean over him. There's so much blood! I glare at Alcaster. How could you do this to your own son? Anyone in my way will need my sword. Blood does not matter. Man! Go to hell! Fuck you! Killed my baby! Princess. I turn back to Fritz in alarm, tears in my eyes. Fritz, hold on! Don't speak. You need to conserve your energy. Princess, I'm sorry. Fritz, please don't speak. I feel bitter tears stinging my eyes. I'm sorry. I watch as the light seeps from Fritz's eyes. I put my hand to his chest to feel for a heartbeat, but Fritz's body is still... Oh, okay. I'm going to get emotional, and oh fuck, I'm crying. That's great. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Fritz! I glance up at the sound to see Claude at the far side of the room, struggling to get to his feet. You see, if Fritz was a free route, I would have chosen him immediately. But of course, Karma was like my second. You know, Karma was there, and I love Karma. I love Karma so much, but Fritz, I'm emotional right now. Okay, I loved Fritz. Reno, watch out! I turn, but I am not fast enough. I see Alcaster's sword raised high in the air, and I know it will reach me before I can pick up my sword. The sword falls from Alcaster's hand as a bright red ribbon of light twines around the hilt and drags it far from reach. I turn and see Dolores standing a short distance away. Jurian, Garland, and Waltz all standing behind her. Dolores, thank God! Thank God, oh my God. I'm afraid your performance as king has been incredibly disappointing. Jurian and Garland move together, rushing Alcaster from the same side. I see Claude moving in from the other side. Oh, oops. Quiet and... yeah, I forgot the words. Princess! Waltz and Dolores rush over to me. As the fighting continues, Alcaster has reclaimed his sword and is trying to evade attacks from 3 different swords at once. The king! Waltz nods at me, his gaze lingering on Fritz as his expression becomes solemn. He walks off to the throne, while Dolores kneels beside me. Dolores shakes her head, and that is all I need to know, that there is nothing more to be done. We will make sure he is properly honored, but for now we need to get you out of here. I'm sad. I'm salty about Fritz now. I know we're on Karma's route, or Claude's route, but I am still fucking salty about this. What about Ophelia? Waiting for us somewhere safe. I constructed a shield around her that will keep her hidden from view and harm until we return for her. Weren't we meant to bring the royal family back to the margin first? Not when we're missing the king. Besides, plans change when a magical beast starts rampaging in the castle. Cough, Claude, cough! I'm joking. Princess! I turn to look at Alcaster, who is still somehow managing to scream my name despite the fact that he is quickly overwhelmed. Princess, we could have worked together! If you were more like your mother, you could have ruled with grace, beauty, and fear. Man, fuck you. I learned everything, and I don't want to rule with fear. I flinch back, and Dolores' hands come to rest on my forearms, her grip steadying. That is enough. I look up and see that the king has stopped to stand beside me. To my surprise, the king rests a gentle hand on my shoulder, his eyes soft as he looks at me. Rena, we have a lot to talk about, but right now I have something I must do. I nod mutely and watch as the king draws his sword. He makes his way to Alcaster. Jurian, Garland, and Claude step back from where they have forced Alcaster to one knee. You are a traitor lacking any honor, Alcaster. You were the one that lacked honor. A ruler must have the people beneath his thumb. A ruler must lead people, not suffocate them. His oath as king is to protect them. You are no king, Alcaster. Get him! For your crimes, I will find you guilty and incapable of rehabilitation. The sentence for the severity of your crimes is death. The king raises his sword, and I turn away before he strikes down his sword. There's no sound or scream to follow. I turn once more to see that the king has pointed the sword at Alcaster's chest, but has not killed him. You will stay in the prisons until the time for your trial comes. Though you might try to refute these claims, you will be tried as a traitor to this kingdom, and then you will be executed. Alcaster's shoulders fall. The glare never leaves his face, not even when the guards seize him and drag him from the room. Thank fuck! The king immediately sends Jurian and Garland out to deal with any knights that are still part of the coup. Delora and Claude help with moving Fritz's body, while Waltz tries his best to fill the king in on the most basic points of our successful operation. Everything has died down a little bit over the last hour, but I still feel overwhelmed. I glance at Waltz and the king, who are still speaking. Every time the king sees me looking at him, he flashes me an uncertain smile before glancing away. I know he wants to speak with me, but I will talk to him after I can get Fritz's body out of my mind. It was my fault he died, wasn't it? He saw me and stumbled. Hey, princess. What are you doing here? Here I thought you'd change, but you've still got some feistiness in you, don't you? Many years ago, when the war ended, we were all faced with a feeling just like this, princess. We had lost so much, and the future seemed so grim. But now it's different. You have a future. You broke your curse, princess. That gives you some kind of hope. And in addition, you broke karma's. Memories of Claude's arms around me, of his lips on mine, come flying back to my foggy mind. The only thing that made this better was Claude. Okay? Claude made this whole thing better. I'm still salty about Fritz. My heart still feels tight, but it is a little lighter when I think about him. I wish he was here right now. How did I break Claude's curse? I imagine that instead of running away, she liked him too. That's what I imagine. Claude, I don't think I'll ever get used to his real name. Seems like he hasn't told you yet. I guess it's been pretty hectic. So Claude turned into a beast because he loved me? Well, I guess I could give you the laydown of his curse. Stop! Desist! What? Delora has not even started to speak when Claude runs into the room, gasping as if he's been running through the halls. I think he wants to tell us himself. Curse? Are you speaking about my curse? There's no way he heard us talking in the hallway, is there? Even I feel at a loss for words right now. Same. Claude, how did you know? I sense that you might be talking about me. Oh my god, there he goes again. Only you can make everything better, Claude. The princess was just asking me about your curse. Oh, then I was right to come running. And here I was just guessing at what you might be talking about. Oh my god, please. Claude's curse was based off of the tale, The Beauty and the Beast. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it. Actually, I really didn't know, but until the last minute, but still, it counts as something, right? Oh my god, I need to stop. Anyway, Claude easily finishes her sentence. Delora holds up her hands as if in surrender. So eager to steal the spotlight. Oh, that's Claude for you, and I love him. Well, you are talking about me after all. You always told me that your curse was just the beauty's curse, though. Well, yes, because the other half was a little difficult to explain, wasn't it? He has a point, though I think he might have been able to save us all some trouble if he hadn't been so secretive about his curse. He really must have been scared that I would shun him. Allow me to explain, Princess. In the fairy tale, a prince of a kingdom is transformed into a beast because his heart is as cold as ice. Kinda sounds like us, right? Anyway. Sounds familiar to a certain icy princess, eh? Shut up! Ugh. Just trying to lighten the mood. It worked. I'm laughing. Claude sighs. I would call Rena something far more flattering, like my sweet beloved. Okay, please don't. We were talking about your curse. Thank you. Oh, right. Well, anyway, the witch who cursed the prince in the tale tells him that he has to learn to love and be loved before the petals of a rose completely fall off. That's basically what I was saying, except I was stuttering a lot. Anyway, a rose? Yes, she gives him a rose and he keeps it protected under glass. Some time passes and the rose continues to wither away. A maiden finds the beast and eventually the two fall in love. At the end of the tale, she confesses her love to the beast and he transforms back into a human. By confessing, I saved you? But his curse was different from the tale. I know what you're thinking, that my curse was somewhat different. It was more complicated. That's true. The witch made it so that I was both the beauty and the beast. She said it suited me because I was so vain. I can't lie with it there, to be honest. Which constructed a very roundabout curse. Any woman who falls for me falls in love with me as the beauty. And when I transformed into a beast, the enchantment would break and they would become terrified of me. I doubt Claude ever thought he would break his curse. The love woman fell for him while he was cursed was always fake. How could that kind of love hold strong when he turned into a beast if it was never true to begin with? Then you came along, Princess. I bet he just about given up hope and was waiting for you to dispel the curse on your birthday. But now, here you both are. But the Ice Princess in love? What a miracle. Oh, shut up. I turn away, embarrassed. It is not a miracle. I am very glad I met you, Rena. Lady Delora's words are the truth. I had just about given up hope. I never had any hopes of breaking my curse. I had thought that the only way to fix it would be to have you dispel it on your birthday. But then I came to know you and he fell in love. A fairy tale indeed. You started out frowning at everyone and everything. You've come a long way, Princess. We have, honestly. Congratulations. You turned out to be a pretty okay princess. Not an excellent princess, a pretty okay princess. Yeah, I could work with that, honestly. And you turned out to be a pretty okay witch. Right back at ya. Hey, okay, I'll shut up. That smile again, protected. Do my ears deceive me? A compliment from our little witch. You look so surprised, but you'll be the new bearer of our crystal real soon, Princess. I expect good things from you. Right, I almost forgot about that part. I'll try my best. Yet another miraculous proclamation from the little witch. Will the surprises never cease? Delora, please! Before I can stop at Delora again, the king awkwardly interjects, coming to stand next to us with Waltz by his side. Pardon the intrusion. Oh, not at all, Your Majesty. We were not on good terms. Waltz told me that you were cursed. That's why I forgot about you. Yes. Even if it was by a curse, I feel terrible that such a thing could have ever happened. So I will make it up to you. We can catch up from where we were many, many years ago, and maybe things can be different. I'm sorry. What for? For being the way I was before, for shunning Ophelia and her children. Oh. Ophelia, did they bring her back to the margin? Ophelia is still here. After the fight was over, she was shown back to her room. She's still waiting for Rod and Emmeline to return. Now, would you maybe be willing to tell me this story from the beginning? Perhaps I could fill in the gaps, Your Majesty. Claude? The king looks startled when he stares at Claude. He blinks, as if he has just noticed his presence. Oh, and you are? Claude elegantly bows before the king. I am Prince Claude of Brugantia. A pleasure to finally meet you, Your Majesty. The lost prince? The king turns to me with a puzzled look. It is a long, long story, my dear papa. It's a long story, what she said. Claude surprises me by wrapping an arm around my shoulders and pulling me closer to him. Everyone looks shocked, except for Delora, who looks like she is trying not to laugh. You better not laugh! I'm gonna be here embarrassed in the corner. As the princess's lover, I feel it my obligation to help her explain this whole mess. Oh my god! Claude, please! I feel my face getting hotter at Claude's sudden proclamation. All their eyes are now on me, and I suddenly feel like hiding myself. Same! I would be like that too. Only Claude would so bluntly say such a thing. The king looks more shocked than anything. When did this happen? Again, long story. Well, Your Majesty, I think we had better start at the beginning. Okay, well, we're doing it now, apparently. We were able to tell the king everything, save for where Varg had disappeared to. No one was sure where he had gone in all of the chaos. Yeah, fuck him, he could go to hell. The night's searches for him all ended in failure. A lot of explaining had to be done, not just to the king, but also to the people at the tavern. As soon as everything has calmed down, Rod and Emmeline finally went back to the palace. I apologized to them as best as I could, and they all seemed willing to try again with me. Yeah! And I'm willing to try again too. As for Claude... Oh dear. So you're going back? Oh yeah, he has to go back. Are you sure you don't want to come to Brugantia with me, just for a short holiday? I would love nothing more than to introduce you to my family. Mother would shower you with gifts. Father would, well, tease you probably. He makes jokes frequently. And Llama... What did you just say? A llama? He has a pet llama? My brother, Llama. I figured it was like a sibling. What? Another acronym. We're Karma and Llama. Oh my god. Claude, please! Does your father do these things on purpose? I told you, he likes jokes. My brother's real name is Lance. I was going to bring you back and introduce the two of you. And you could tell my little brother how very charming I am. Oh my god. As much as I would love to brag to your little brother about that, no thanks. Is it just my imagination? Or is there a glimmer of competition in his eyes? As much as I would like to meet your family, you have your own obligations here. And you need to let your family know that you are safe and alive. But the thought of being separated from you... Claude sighs before he leans down and plants a kiss on my forehead. I'll miss you. You won't be gone that long. Love, that's not how you're supposed to respond. Oh, okay. You're supposed to say, my sweet prince, I'll miss you too, please! I'm trying not to be so embarrassed. Fine then, I'll miss you. Maybe. Claude raises an eyebrow at me and then smiles. I'll be back for your birthday. I love you, Reina. That's sad. It has only been a few weeks since Claude left, but I am impatient. The king has been throwing grand dinners every night in preparation for my birthday, but I can hardly concentrate on anyone else when I am thinking of Claude. I told him about all of the smaller birthday celebrations. I thought he would be here for them. My birthday is in a few days. When will he come back? I have tried to make myself busy, mainly by continuing my sword practices with Jurian and Garland, who have both rejoined the Order of Caldera. Every time I am around the knights, I think of Fritz. Fritz, my baby! I shall bring some new flowers tomorrow. That's a good idea. Respect him. If Claude would just return already, we could go pay our respects together. Oh, well, speak of the devil. Hello, Rana, my love, my sunshine, my beautiful betrothed. Oh my god, Claude! Please stop. Claude? I shake my head and try to gather my thoughts. First of all, you did not knock. How about all the other times we didn't knock, huh? Second, we are not engaged. We may as well be, don't you think? At the very least, knock before you come in. Still worried I would come in on you in the middle of changing. Would you have minded so terribly? Yes! Please stop. It's worth saying those things to you just to see you blush. Why are you even here? His arrival is so sudden, and he had absolutely no time to prepare. Claude sighs dramatically. Who didn't want me back? You didn't walk me back here? No, I mean, you did not even write to say you'd be back today. I just wasn't expecting you. I did say I would be back for your birthday. I am a man of my word. Should I have stayed out longer? No, of course not. I grumble as Claude walks over to my bed, grinning. Hi. He sits down on the bed next to me and wraps an arm around my waist, pulling me closer. I sigh out and lean my head on his shoulder. It is a startling contrast to what it used to be. Before, if I touched him, he would flinch and turn away from me. Now he is always right next to me. Yay! Claude's whole body seemed to relax when I tentatively wrapped my arms around him and hugged him back. I knew I would miss you, but it really was terrible being away from you. But you enjoyed the time with your family. I did, and my brother was very frustrated that I spoke about you almost every hour of the day. Oh, I feel bad for his little brother. How could you have that much to say about me? Oh, I felt like that I didn't have enough time to list off all of your virtues. Oh my god, Claude, please. I nudge him in the arm, but he just grins at me. A glint from Claude's pocket catches my eye, and I flush proudly when I notice the rose locket. Looking at the locket makes me think back to that night, when he transformed back into a prince. Lost in thought, are we? I was just noticing the locket. You still carry it around with you. Of course I do. It has become my most valuable possession. He pulls the little locket out and pops it open. I am startled when I see the small sheet of paper with my own words on it. My message to him is still there. Claude smiles as he reads the words aloud. A normal rose would have withered, so I offer this one instead, in heartfelt thanks. Mwah! I say nothing when he turns to look at me. Oh, your cheeks are red again. Your embarrassment is adorable, darling. I am not embarrassed. I just didn't think he'd keep the words in there or that they would ever mean so much to him. Yes, of course. You have just exceptionally rosy cheeks. He pauses as he closes the locket again and looks at it fondly. I love this locket because it is the first gift you gave me. He was holding the locket as the beast, too. It was half of the reason I recognized him. I jump as Claude gently taps my nose with his finger. This locket isn't going anywhere anytime soon, I can assure you. I smile as he winks at me. Anyway, allow me to pull you back into the present. Since I promised you no more secrets, let me tell you something. Oh? Claude looks away from me, his eyebrows furrowing as I frown. I hope it's nothing serious. I'm nervous about sitting down to dinner with your father tonight. I mean, as a guy, I'm pretty sure he'd understand why. Guys, can you relate? If any guys are watching this, can you guys relate to Karma? Because, like, the presence of the father of your girlfriend or whatever. I can see how guys can relate to this. I've experienced it with my own eyes, okay? You're nervous? I started laughing without even meaning to. You're laughing at my pain, princess? He pulls me closer and kisses the top of my head. but you are too flamboyant to be nervous. I'm confident, princess, not flamboyant. There's a difference. Right. Claude's expression grows more solemn. He looks at me seriously, almost sadly. Rena, I'm still sorry about lying to you. The whole time I made myself up to be someone beautiful. Someone I wasn't. I believed I was truly a good person on the inside, and that I deserved good things, even though I was selfish. He's already apologized to me before. Too many times. Claude, you do not have to apologize. No, that witch was right to curse me. I've always had everything handed to me on a silver platter. When it came to Angielle, I believed that if it wasn't going to help me break my curse, it wasn't important. And then I met you. At first, I thought I would just have to get on your good side so you could help me dispel my curse. But then, Rena, I realized I was drawn to your confidence and commitment. But I could never admit that I was in love with you. I was so scared that if I transformed into a beast and you were scared of me, I would lose my chance at winning your heart. So you see, princess, I was selfish. I wanted all of you without having to give you all of me. Oh god, I'm thinking of the song now. I looked down at where our hands are intertwined, and I gripped his fingers tighter. I've told you enough times now that you have nothing to apologize for. But if you insist on apologizing, maybe you ought to do something to make it up to me. Those words are out of my lips before I can even think them. I stopped, suddenly trying to ignore the hot flush in my cheeks. Fuck! Why did I have to open my big mouth? Claude looks at me, puzzled, and for a few moments I feel triumphant that I have caught him off guard. Then the puzzled look fades and Claude just grins at me. Oh my, so forward. Forward? I open my mouth to apologize when he suddenly grabs my hands and tugs me down to the bed. Oh fuck! The instincts Claude taught me in my sword fighting are quickly overwhelmed by my surprise, and in no time at all, he has me pinned down to the bed and is looming just above me, smiling. God damn it, Claude! Ah! I'm disappointed. Princess, you knew my weakness and you didn't even exploit it there. Your weakness? Yes. He leans closer to me, and our noses almost touch. My weakness is you, Rena. Ah! Yes! Finally! I get to see my heart. Okay, I need to calm down. He leans down, and our lips finally meet. I relax into the contact, my earlier tension melting away as warmth flows through me. He pulls away and smiles at me. You see? I let my guard down in front of you. I let my guard down in front of him too. And only him. This whole time, all I've wanted to do is to be able to touch him like this. His fingers move gently on my arm, and he leans down to kiss me again. Ah! Oh! Okay, our moment was interrupted. Who the fuck is knocking on the door? We're having a moment. The sound of knocking startles us both. A muffled voice comes through the door. Princess, the king is requesting your presence down in the dining hall. He says that your friends have arrived. Princess? I hear the doorknob begin to turn and quickly speak. Yes, I will be there in a minute. I will let him know, princess. First the curse, and now this. It is as if the world is conspiring against us. He kisses me once more on the forehead before slowly sitting up and running a hand through his hair. I catch the mischievous look in his eyes as I smooth down my own ruffled hair. Don't worry, Rena. We'll just finish this later. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I feel my cheeks flush. You say such uncouth things. Claude chuckles before he stands up and offers his hand. I take it and smile up at him. I love you, Rena. And now I get to say it as many times as I like. I love you too, Claude. I stand up on my toes to plant a quick kiss on his lips before heading to the door. Let's go, Claude. Ah! I did it! I did it! I assume that's the good end, because a lot of people are telling me I don't want to get the bad end for Claude. Look at that. Okay. Yay, Karma! Or Claude, I guess. Whatever name. Okay. Alright, so we finished Claude's route, Karma's route. This was, oh my god, this was amazing. And I love Claude. I love Claude so much. Yes, just before I was still salty about, oh, the kiss on the hand. I'm still salty. I'm so salty about Fritz dying because Fritz is my baby. I wanted to choose him first, but then I was like, Karma's good too. So I was like, okay, Karma first. Karma. Oh god. It was just, this route was like a ride with Karma or Claude, I guess. I don't know what to call him, Claude or Karma. I think I'm just gonna call him Claude now. But this whole thing was just like a bouncy ride with Claude, and I'm just like so happy that we're finally together. We finally opened up. We finally accepted Claude. We broke his curse as well as ours. We changed. Oh my god, yes. This beautiful moment is the kiss. Yes. So, okay. That's just my thoughts. Claude is amazing. This route was amazing. I loved it entirely. The game is well put out, and I love it so much. Okay, so moving on from that, I am gonna have to do another route in which I don't think Fritz and thank you for playing Cinderella Phenomenon. You're welcome. Dicesuki it is, right? Well, I love this game. I flat out I love this game. Okay? Just flat out love it. Okay. Oh look, there's Claude right there. I see him. Look at his perfect face. Okay, I'm fangirling too much. Anyway, so we finished Claude's route or Karma's route, and now we have more routes to do. Unfortunately, we cannot do Walt's or Fritz's route yet because it's still locked because I need to do one more. So with that, we have two other choices. Our stepbrother Rod or Rumpel the flirt. I have a soft spot for Rumpel. Alright, so I will put a poll in the description below. Vote for which route you want me to do next. Rod or Rumpel. I'm a little hesitant about Rod since he's like even though we're not related by blood, he's like a stepbrother, so it's kind of like, it's a little awkward for me, but I'm willing to do his route. So I'm gonna let you guys vote in the poll. Remember, the poll is in the description. Vote for whose route we should do next. And then after we finish completing that route, that's when Waltz and Fritz's route will be unlocked. I will say this though. When Waltz and Fritz's route are unlocked, I'm going to leave Waltz for last because he's said to be the canon route, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard Waltz is the canon route, so I'm gonna leave the canon route for last. So after that, then you'll decide between Fritz and whoever else we still have to do. So for now, vote in the poll. Should we do Rod next or should we do Rumpel next? And thank you guys for watching this whole bumpy ride with Karma, Claude. I love Claude so much. I would hate to see his bad ending, actually. Okay, so with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys would like to see more videos, then click subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.